Hello, viewers. I'm Mr. Dilip Kumar Pal. Stand before you with the topic Major Environmental Movements in India, Part 2. In this Major Environmental Movements in India, Part 2, I will discuss two more environmental movements in India like Narmada Bachao Andolan (NBA) or Save the Narmada River movement and Appico movement. This topic, environmental movements in India, is found in +3 fifth semester DSE-2 paper. But before I discuss major environmental movements in India part 2, where Narmada Bachao Andolan and Appico movement will be discussed, I want to inform my viewers that my channel name is Dilip Kumar Pal 9375. Never forget, in this channel, videos of political science of +2 first year and second year are found, and videos of +3 first semester to sixth semester political honors, videos from +3 first semester to fifth semester ethics and values, videos from +3 first semester to second semester political and general elective, and some videos of environmental studies of +3 first semester are found. I want to inform my viewers that any video on any topic you want, just write my name Dilip Kumar Pal and the name of the topic in Google or YouTube. You'll get videos in English and Odia. I have already told you, if you will find any video in Odia, be sure its English version is also in the channel. And any video you will find in English, be sure its Odia version is also in the channel. Let us start. Major environmental movements in India, part 2, where we'll discuss Narmada Bachao Andolan and Appico movement. So first we'll take off Narmada Bachao Andolan or Save the Narmada River movement, which is an environmental movement. But before we discuss Narmada Bachao Andolan (NBA) or Save the Narmada River movement, which is an environmental movement, before we discuss it, we must know the meaning of environmental movement. So what is an environmental movement? Environmental movement or green movement or conservation movement aims to protect the natural world from human activities that cause harm. It has been originated in India in the beginning of 20th century. Following are major environmental movements in India. Environmental movements mean it is a movement whose object is to protect the natural world from the activities of human beings which harm the natural environment. So, environmental movement or conservation movement or green movement means it is a movement whose aim is to protect the natural world from the human activities which harm it. It is an environmental movement. And in India, environmental movements have been started in the initial part or early part of 20th century. And in India, various environmental movements were made. And today, in major environmental movements in India part 2, I will discuss Narmada Bachao Andolan (NBA) or Save the Narmada River movement. So what this movement is? It is a powerful environmental movement made by tribals, farmers, environmentalists and human rights activists against a large number of dams to be constructed across the Narmada River, which flows through states of Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra after covering 1,312 kilometers and is the biggest west flowing river most in Arabian Sea. So Narmada Bachao Andolan or Save the Narmada River is an environmental movement. It was This movement was made by tribals, farmers, environmentalists, and human rights activity against the decision to construct a large number of dams across Narmada River, which flows through the states of Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra after covering 1312 kilometers, 1312 kilometers, and is the biggest west flowing river merged in Arabian Sea. So Narmada Bachao Andolan or Save the Narmada River movement was an environmental movement. It was made by tribals, farmers, human rights activities, human rights activists and environmentalists. This movement was made against the decision of the government to construct large number of dams on Narmada River, which was a large river flowing through Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra, and it covers 1312 kilometers, and it is the biggest west flowing river merging in the Arabian Sea. It has around 41 tributaries, branches, and surrounded by 3 mountain ranges. Narmada River has 41 tributaries or branches, and it is surrounded by 3 mountain ranges. It goes through 3 mountain ranges like Satpura, Vindhya, and Moikal. On its basin, 81% constitute village. On its basin, 81% constitute villages, or 81% nearby Narmada river are 81% are villages and comprise mainly tribal populations like Bhils, Gonds, Bhoikas, whose population is primarily agriculture. So Narmada movement was made against the decision of construction of large number of dams on the Narmada river, which flows towards west. It merges in Arabian Sea, and near its basin 81% are villages, and mostly people like Bhils, Gonds, and Bhoikas, who are tribal populations, are residing nearby, and they depend more on agriculture. The Narmada movement began in the late 1970s. The Narmada movement began in late 1970s. The main leader of the movement include Medha Patkar, Baba Amte, Sundarlal Bahuguna. So the Narmada movement started in late 1970s. This movement was led by mainly some leaders like Medha Patkar, Baba Amte, Sundarlal Bahuguna. The main goal of NBA is to stop construction of large dams on the Narmada river, particularly Sardar Sarovar Dam, due to concern about displacement of people and environmental damage. The movement was made against the construction of dams, mainly Sardar Sarovar Dam, which is the largest dam, due to due to environmental damage and displacement problem. The movement uses various methods like protest, court cases, raising awareness to achieve its goal. The movement was not violent. It uses mainly protest, court cases, and raising awareness to achieve its goal. Even in 1985, World Bank, which was agreed to sanction 450 million after appointing Morse Commission, decided to declared to cancel its participation in 1993. So this movement was so much violent that World Bank, which has agreed in 1985 to give $450 million for the dam by appointing a Morse Commission, declared to cancel its participation in 1993. This movement was so much powerful that World Bank declared to cancel its participation in 1993. Then the Narmada issue was taken into Supreme Court, and the court in 2000 October gave a judgment approving Sardar Sarovar Dam with a condition that height of the dam could be raised to 90 meter, not 130 meter, which was the proposed height of the project, but the demand of anti-dam activists was 88 meter. But when the movement was made to stop construction of dams on Narmada River, the matter was referred to Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court in October 2000 gave a judgment that the height of Sardar Sarovar Dam should be 90, not 130 meter, which was the aim of the project. But the anti-dam activists demanded that the height of the dam will be 88 meter. But the Supreme Court declared that Sardar Sarovar Dam will be constructed, but the height will be neither 88, which is demanded by anti-dam activists, or it will not be 130 meter, which was the target of the project. It would be 90 meter. This project is now financed by the state governments and market borrowing. Now the Narmada projects is going on. Even if World Bank has withdrawn, the project is going on with the help of state government's finance and market borrowings. The project is expected to be completed by 2025. The project is expected to be completed by 2025. This is Narmada Bachao Andolan. Now discuss achievement of the project. What was the achievement of the project? Even if Supreme Court ordered to continue the project and the project is continuing, but what achievement it has made? Number one, achievement of the movement. Number one, exit of World Bank from Sardar Sarovar in 1993. The first achievement of the movement was that World Bank decided to exist from the project in 1993 because in 1985 World Bank declared to give $450 million. But when the movement was made in a powerful way, World Bank declared to withdraw it from the project in 1993. Number two, halt of Sardar Sarovar construction from 1994 to 1999. Halt of Sardar Sarovar construction from 1994 to 1999. Narmada Bachao Andolan was so much powerful that the construction work was stopped from 1994 to 1999. Number three, withdrawal of foreign investors from Mysore Dam 1999 to 2001 due to Narmada Bachao movement. Foreign investors, those who had promised to invest in Mysore Dam of Narmada River, they also declared to withdraw in 1999 to 2001. So, withdrawal of foreign investors from Mysore Dam 1999 to 2001. So, foreign investors, those who were promised to invest money in the Mysore Dam of Narmada River, they declared to withdraw in 1999 to 2001. So this is all about the Narmada Bachao movement. Now we'll discuss Appico movement. What is Appico movement? Appico movement was a non-violent grassroots movement in India that sought to protect the environment by saving trees, to restore forests, and promoting sustainable use of forest resources. Appico movement was also a environmental movement. Its main object was to save tree, restore forests, and promote sustainable use of forest resources. So Appico movement is also an environmental movement. Its main aim was to save tree, restore forests, and promoting sustainable use or careful use of forest resources. The movement's name came from the Kannada word Appico, means hug or embrace. The Appico movement has come from the Kannada word Appico, means to hug or embrace. The movement was led by Pandu Ranga Hegde. The movement was led by Pandu Ranga Hegde. So what this movement was? The movement happened in Uttara Kannada district of Karnataka. The movement happened in Uttara Kannada district in Karnataka, in the Western Ghats, and the district was known as Forest District. This movement was held in Uttara Kannada district of Karnataka, which was near Western Ghat, and this district was known as Forest District. During colonial rule, rich forest resources were in danger. During colonial rule, British rule, rich forest resources were in danger. Teak trees were cut to build ships, and timber and fuel woods were sent to Mumbai. During colonial rule, the forest was in danger because teak woods and other firewoods were taken to Bombay for shipbuilding and other purposes. After independence, the government also began felling trees for profit. Before independence, the forest was being exploited because teak woods were taken to Bombay for construction of ships, and other woods were taken to Bombay for other purposes. So the forest was being exploited before independence, and after independence also, trees were cut for profit. After independence, government also began felling trees for profit. After independence also, government cut trees for profit. And the forest department, which continued colonial forest policy, converted the primeval tropical forest, means forest that existed for a long time without significant human interference, into monoculture teak and eucalyptus plantation. So after independence, the government continued to cut tree, and the forest department of Karnataka wanted to cut trees and plant teak trees and eucalyptus trees. So the forest department after independence decided to cut trees, and in its place it decided to plant eucalyptus tree and teak trees. So a group of youth of Balegade, Balegade, so a group of youth of Balegade village objected the moves to establish teak plantation and wrote to forest department. So some youths of Balegade village, they opposed the decision of the forest department to cut trees and plant teak trees and eucalyptus tree. So some youth of Balegade village objected, but the repeal was not given importance. So villagers started movement by hugging trees when X-men came to cut trees. So when X-men of forest department came to cut tree, villagers started to hug tree or embrace tree. The movement had, so when villagers started to hug tree, the government decided to cancel the work to cut tree. The movement had three goals, like protecting existing forest. The movement has three goals, like protecting existing forest, planting trees in barren land, and use forest resources carefully for the protection of environment. The movement has three objects. Number one, to give protection to existing forest, planting trees in barren land, and use forest resources carefully for the protection of environment. By this movement, government has banned cutting of trees, and a change was marked in foreign policy of Karnataka government. Appico movement was based on non-violence method of Mahatma Gandhi. The movement was so violent that Karnataka government decided to stop cutting of trees. So this is all about Narmada Bachao movement and Appico movement. We have discussed in major environmental movements in India part 2. So I request my viewers not to forget to subscribe the channel so new videos will come to you. And aware of your friends, maybe of +2 level and +3 level, to subscribe the channel so new videos will come to you. Please aware particularly +2 second year students whose examination will be in the March, because all the political science topics are discussed in this channel in video form. So I request my viewers to aware of your friends, those who are in +2 and +3. By this, some students will be benefited. Remember, by giving help to anybody, we will not have loss. A little help to anybody, it is a great social work. Thank you. Have a nice day.